Do you fear encouragement? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. You know, in the process of getting things back up and moving past the holidays, there's always going to be, well, I don't say always. I don't want to discourage you here, but in my case, there tends to be bumps along the way. There tends to be things not going exactly perfectly right? And in that process, it can be a little bit daunting, especially if you're doing something that's never been done before, or if you're starting from scratch on something, or it feels like you're starting on scratch on something, and you're not necessarily surrounded by cheerleaders, right? And I think for a good portion of my life, and I've seen with other people also, there seems to be a fear of encouragement, that we do not go after those areas and those types of people that encourage us. I'm not quite sure what that is. I think it's a fear of manipulation. It's a fear of, people wanting something from you, getting yourself in front of people who are giving only to get. You know what I mean? If people are too nice to you, I think it's natural to be a little bit off put by that. If someone's too nice, it's like, okay, what do you want? Why are you being so nice? Well, I'll give you a great example. I wasn't even thinking about this until just now. I was driving back and forth on a long distance to a business conference over this weekend, and I stopped at a truck stop to add some gas. As I'm putting gas in, someone drove up and was speaking at a distance, but I couldn't understand what he was saying, so I left the gas pump and walked over to him. And he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He says, "My English not so good." He says, me and my family and the baby here, let me show you the baby." And he rolled down the back window. He says, we're traveling, we're in this country, we lost our passports, we lost all of our money. And he says, and I really just need some help here, I want you to take the gold off of my first he shook my hand, and he held my hand to his forehead. He's, just, "Oh, thank you so much for talking to me, and thank you," and just this gushing and asking for money. And there's nothing specific about it that I could say, well, this turned me off to it. I've given money to complete strangers, and I don't see anything wrong with that necessarily. But if something tells you not to, it's probably best not to. And in this situation, it was a little, and it could have been just a cultural misunderstanding. But the gushing, the over-the-top attitude, it sent me back a bit. And I really wasn't in a situation where I had a whole lot of cash on me or anything else that I could pass along. And he said, as soon as I said, I'm not going to be able to help you with what you're looking for, but I'm sure there's somebody else out here who can, and good luck on what you're doing. He turned off immediately. He didn't say, thank you for that or anything. He turned off, completely turned his head to me, dropped me like a hot potato, and rolled up the windows and drove off. Maybe there was a person that was perfectly needed help and just didn't know how to handle it when you don't get it right off the bat, because I didn't mean anything bad by it. But when a person is too nice up front, when they're over the top gushing, it tends to cause us to be cautious, and I think that's a natural instinct. On the other hand of that, there are people out there who don't mind encouraging you. They don't mind giving up front without anything in return. And those are the types of people that you meet that are more genuine. They're more straightforward. Not only will they give you plenty of encouragement, they're also willing to tell you where you're doing things wrong if necessary. And that's good encouragement. And so while you may fear a person who's being encouraging, don't get fearful. Just be aware that there are people who will do good things to you in order to get something in return. And you just always have to watch that. You always have to watch yourself. And even somebody who starts off as a good relationship may end up being a bad relationship later, and they may turn on you. That's just life. There's really no way around that. It's not good people versus bad people. We all have a tendency to we have a tendency to do things wrong when we're not in the wrong space, and you got to give people the ability to do that. Otherwise you never experience anything in life if you don't put yourself out there a little bit. So don't fear encouragement. Encouragement helps move you forward. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily give anything back, or that you can give anything back to that person. But the best thing for the people that I hopefully have encouraged, the best gift to me is for them to pass on that encouragement on to others. I think that's the natural progression for encouragement. It should be something you give freely. You're not losing anything by doing it. And by encouraging, you're passing on what has been hopefully given to you. And if not, hopefully it's passed on to someone else, and you've created a new chain of encouragement. So hopefully that helps. It's just where my mind's at today. I have many encouraging people in my life, and getting a nice shot in the arm of encouragement makes a big difference. And if you have those people in your life, you have to surround yourself with them, be around them as often as possible. And also, read books, watch and listen to talks of encouraging people, and those things that really stir a good energy in you. Keep those things around and go back to them often. That's all I have for tonight. You have a good one. Go check out, if you're interested in the world of content marketing, which we get into here on occasion. I'll get into some more details later on this week or next week, where we'll kind of dig into some of the specific principles of content marketing and how you can use it, where it fits and where it doesn't fit. And if you really want to deep dive because you're wondering whether it's right for you or not, just the world of content marketing, go check out my training on content marketing. You go to contentmarketingquestion.com. And that's all I got. We'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.